There's no virus which your body cannot fight. There's immunity, provided you are cultivating, nurturing the immunity. So you have enough energy and strength to deal with these six doshas, to be master of them, to not let them work against you. You can do that. You have enough energy, you have enough strength. But your energy, your strength is unlocked, is locked. It's non-activated. Or in another way, you're using your energy in strengthening the six doshas more. Every time you do an act which is triggered by these six doshas, every time you make a statement which is triggered by these six doshas, every time you generate a thought which is triggered by these six doshas, it gives more power, energy to these doshas.
Gurudev, our first question for the satsang has come from Sanjay Janardhan ji from Mumbai. His question is, I always feel that something is missing in my life, as if I have not yet understood the true purpose of my existence. Even at this stage of life, I'm unable to rise above the Shadripu. I feel that I do not have enough inner strength or energy to overcome them.
So the sadhak is asking that even after living through this life for many years, he's not able to overcome the six doshas that bind us to Maya. What are these six doshas? Let's first understand that. First dosha. Dosha is a lower tendency which keeps us stuck and entangled in the world of matter. What are these six lower tendencies? First, in Hindi we say kama. Kama is lust and uncontrolled, endless desires. All the movement that we are making in life, all our outward pursuit that we are making in life, whatever actions that we are performing, are all originating largely from this first dosha of desire. This is like a womb from which everything keeps emerging, and we keep chasing that. And when we keep chasing that, all the chase is outward. And that's how karma, which is endless desires, they bind us. We get entangled in that. You ask that I'm still not able to get out of the six doshas. Because each dosha, when you give it enough energy and attention, it binds you, it entangles you. So that is how karma works. Second dosha is Krodha, which is anger, which is frustration. Second lowest tendency. Whenever you desire something and something comes in between you and the object of your desire, anger arises. You want to achieve or attain something, and some people are on the way, apparently, or some situations are not working in favor. Anger arises. And then you're trapped in this zone of anger, which basically takes all your wisdom away. In the situation of anger, you lose all your control. You are not in your control. Your body, your mind, your tongue reacts on its own as if you are just non existent in that case. Anger takes over, it possesses you. The free will is not there. The Viveka Shakti, which is wisdom, is just gone for a toss. You start to behave in ways you even cannot imagine, as if some other Shakti has possessed you. But always remember, the root of anger, which is Krodha, lies in Kama, which is desire. Stronger the desire, stronger the Krodha, which is anger, will be. Then the third dosha, Lobha, which is greed. No matter how much you have attained in life, no matter how much wealth, how much bhogas, how much pleasures you've enjoyed in life, there's still a greed, lobha in you. It's just not getting fulfilled. Your lobha for money, no matter how much you have, the mind always makes you believe that it's not enough. Mind's zone is to constantly tell you more, 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 because whatever you have is not enough. There's no contentment of whatever you've attained in life. And after every bhoga, after every pleasurable fulfillment, more greed arises in you to have that more. So this more becomes another chase. That's greed because we're not contented with anything that we have. We want more of it. And even so, in the spiritual journey, you get one spiritual experience, you want more of that. Please look at it very carefully. This greed of accumulating more makes us like a donkey. We are constantly running and chasing because of this greed. If you really do your mathematics, and I meet a lot of sadhaks who say that they want to pursue spiritual journey, but they still have to earn more, do this and do that. And I ask them, please sit, do your mathematics. All the wealth that you have accumulated so far, it is more than sufficient for next 3 generations of your, lineage. What more are you seeking for? Now, can you not just sit, breathe, enter into the profundity of this moment? But the greed will not allow you to settle down, to sit quietly, to just see, observe, to just be. Greed will not allow that. Yeah. So that's the third dosha, Kama, Krodha, Lobha. Then the fourth one is Moha, which is attachment. Now, whatever you have possessed in life, whatever you've acquired in life, now you're very attached to that. You don't want to let it go. Be it people, you get attached to people, you start to own them. Be it your wealth, your matter, or even your name or fame, even your social media following, you get terribly attached to everything that surrounds you. Every equipment, everything, every product, every matter that you have. You get totally attached to that. You forgot the principle that the principle of life was and is to love every being and to love everything, not to get possessed or attached by that. In Hindi, we've got 2 words, Moha and Prema, attachment and love. In all spiritual traditions, in all life, in every philosophy, we've talked about love as the essence of life, not attachment. Attachment is the dosha, love is a blessing. So that's the fourth one. Why I'm describing these in little detail, because once you know the problem, the solution starts automatically. In the knowing of the problem, solution starts. So, knowing the problem is very important in detail. Just don't say that six doshas. No, that does not serve the purpose. It's like global statement, six doshas. No, but identify the dosha which is prominent in you. Identify the dosha where you're getting deeply stuck. All six will be there. But some of these six will be more prominent, more overpowering in you. One should know the nitty-gritty of this, how attachment works, sense of ownership. So, can you start to practice let go? I have this beautiful pencil with me. I really love this pencil. Whenever I read some book, I underline things. I write notes with this pencil. It is my really beloved pencil. I'm very attached to this. I will not let it go. I will not give this to anybody. As a practice of detachment, you take that pencil and you gift it to somebody. Somebody dear to you. You just gift it to somebody. Now, just that act will cultivate some sense of non attachment with you. And start from small. Start from the smallest thing. Nothing could be smaller than this pencil. Start from that. And then slowly, anything that you are attached to, start to share it. And start with products matter. Then come to being, sentient beings, people. Once you've practiced this with the products, then practicing it with your money, practicing it with your with people you're attached to will be much easier. Always start small. So that's the fourth dosha we get stuck with. And then then the fifth one, mother. You've heard this word? Yeah. It's arrogance and pride. Even if we are nobody in this life, everybody here walks with certain pride and arrogance. More spiritual you are, more arrogant you become. You start to see the world as somebody, something beneath you. People who do not meditate are just, they are non existent for you. You look upon them. Please watch it carefully in you, observe it. First, we had the pride of matter that we acquired, the name, fame, more money, the big car that we have, the body that we built, the looks that we gathered. We were very arrogant and proud of that. All our achievements, all our degrees, very arrogant. And now this arrogance becomes spiritual arrogance. It does not leave you, no matter if you're pursuing the world of matter or the world of spirit. These six doshas will not leave you. You live in the parliament or you live in an ashram. Does not matter. What matters is the six doshas. No matter where you go, they will follow you. You leave your city, your job, your business, whatever you're doing. You move to the mountains, sit in a cave. Do not think that by sitting in a cave, the six doshas will leave you because they're not dependent on outside situation. They're inside you. So wherever you go, you carry them with you. That's how the doshas work. So that's the fifth one. Arrogance, pride. And what's the antidote of that? Humility. I do not know anything. I'm just nobody here. If if Prakriti today just stop this breath that has gone in, that's the last breath then. If the Prakriti just stop this breath that's going out through which I'm speaking, next breath does not come. I cannot do anything about it. We just nobody. So, with that humility, you start to live your life and you start to kill this fifth dosha of Mada. And then the sixth one, Matsarya, which is jealousy. You want progress for yourself, but not for the other. You want more dhana, more money for yourself, but not for the other. You want more beauty for yourself, but not for the other. You want more applaud for yourself, but not for the other. That's jealousy playing. If if a friend of yours comes home today and says that, today morning, last 7 days when I'm meditating, I'm having these beautiful anubhavas experiences, and you feel, oh my God, I'm not getting any experience. There's a subtle jealousy starts to take. And if this friend keeps telling you about his her own spiritual experiences, slowly the jealousy will become much more, and you'll start to distance yourself from this person. These six are viruses. They don't enter in profound ways in you, they enter in very subtle ways in you. And then they play their natak, their drama, or their havoc. And then they control you. And then they become part of your character. Then they become part of your behavior. Then they become part of your thinking. Then they become part of your speech. So watch your speech for an example and see the words that you're using. Are they coming from any of these six doshas? A statement that you're making, is it coming from pride? Is it coming from jealousy? Is it coming from attachment? Is it coming from anger? It is coming from desire. Where is the origin of this word that you're uttering? What's the tonality of that? Can you not observe this? Because these six doshas are within you, it is very easy to observe them. You don't have to go find them somewhere else. You're living with them. Every action, you just observe them. And you say that, you ask in the question that it feels you don't have enough strength. Absolutely wrong. When in the body there is a virus, in the body there is also capacity to fight the virus. We call it immunity, right? There's no virus which your body cannot fight. There's immunity, provided you are cultivating, nurturing the immunity. So you have enough energy and strength to deal with these six doshas, to be master of them, to not let them work against you. You can do that. You have enough energy, you have enough strength. But your energy, your strength is unlocked, is locked. It's non-activated. Or in another way, you're using your energy in strengthening the six doshas more. Every time you do an act which is triggered by the six doshas, every time you make a statement which is triggered by these six doshas, every time you generate a thought which is triggered by these six doshas, it gives more power, energy to these doshas. So understand what I'm saying. You have source of energy, but unconsciously you're giving that energy to these viruses, to these doshas, and making the doshas more strong. You follow what I'm saying? The moment you cut the life flow of energy moving to the doshas become weak and you start to regain your power back. You understand what I'm saying? Like the example of pencil that I gave. When you do an act of detachment, you've cut the very flow of energy to the dosha, to attachment. Now, attachment cannot flower. Please understand this. All these six are like seeds, like plants, like weed, let's say. Every plant, if it needs to grow, it needs some nurturing. of the soil, of the water, of the sunlight, of the air. This is the energy that you give unconsciously to each of this plant of dosha, and they grow. If you have to kill the plant, what do you need to do? You just need to stop the flow of nourishment or energy to the plant. So, what's the secret here? The secret is if every moment you start to live utterly consciously in this moment, can you not watch your words that you're uttering? Can you not watch the behavior that you're doing and see? Just sit with yourself every morning 15 minutes. Don't do any dhyana. Just do self reflection every night before going to bed. Don't do any dhyana. Just sit for self reflection. Take a pencil and a notepad. Reflect on the day and see all the decisions, actions that you took today. Follow the thread and see where did that originate from? Did that originate from attachment? From Krodha? From karma, which is deep desire? What was the origin of this action? And you'll be able to pinpoint that, oh, this action originated from one of these six. And then you'll also see some actions, some words that originated from you, which were not based on these six. Maybe that action originated from a deep sense of compassion for somebody. Maybe that action originated from unconditional love for somebody. Maybe that action originated from deep bhav of maitri with somebody, which is sacred friendship with somebody. Note them down. Just this act of self reflection is a way of meditation, is a way of nurturing your inner purity more and taking energy away, prana away from the six doshas. You have the strength to do that. Put that into practice. Let this just not become your knowledge or your information that you're hearing from me. Let this become your practice. You got to do this. So dedicate 15 minutes morning, 15 minutes every night for this task, for this practice of self-reflection. The more you'll be able to see that, oh, 70% of your actions, your speech originates from, let's say, pride, or let's say, sense of lack, which is then feeding the greed. And only 30% are originating from compassion bhava, maitri bhava. Once you see this, there'll be an auto trigger in you because please understand, Shiva Tattva is residing in your heart. Prakriti wants you to evolve. Prakriti does not want you to be stuck. Shiva Shakti wants you to be evolved. They're constantly waiting for you to take the right steps. And as you observe this, they start to support this journey. You start to get a lot of inspiration, a lot of strength to follow this on. You've seen uh, the statue of Nataraja, the dancing Shiva. In the statue of Nataraja, the dancing Shiva, if you look at that posture, there's a dwarf, huh, who's beneath, under the feet, under one feet of Shiva, is this dwarf. The other feet is in the air, symbolizing liberation. But there is this small, tiny creature under the other feet of Shiva. That basically is telling you that all these six can come under your control because in some moments you may need them. But these six doshas come under your control, under your feet. Your ahankara comes under your own feet. You have that Shakti. And Shiva is constantly supporting you. Prakriti is constantly giving you energy for this. But you're using this energy so far unconsciously by nurturing the enemy. Now, consciously use the energy for nurturing the purity in you. Yes. And 15 minutes in the morning, 15 minutes in the night is the way to go. Simple practice, but a profound change will come as you start to observe this. Yes. So please do this and see the magic it will unfold. And soon the six doshas will be under your feet. I hope, I wish, I pray, I bless that this happens to all of us. Thank you.